We founded the school in 1970, and of course the spark plugs were Verlin and Shirley Anderson. And Verlin kept talking to me and convinced me, so finally I got involved, and I was one of the founders. I loaned the money to the school to buy the property, the building where we first had school over in Pleasant Grove. It was a very, very humble beginning. We was really scratching financially.
When I think about the school that I grew up in, that old church building, and we all recognize this was not a fancy school that we went to in terms of how it looked, but the inner core was so deep and good. And it felt like we offered our 5 loaves and 2 fishes. This is my grandparents and those who gave so much, and God expanded it. He blessed it. It is unbelievable, I think, to those of us who remember sitting in those little green benches and our little tiny offering and watching how it has expanded. How could we say enough thanks for generous people who had a vision for what could be?
I hope they never forget what the purpose of this school is. I hope they never forget the spirit of how this school came to be and what it stands for.
I love American Heritage. I love my teachers. I love my friends. They've changed me in ways that I can barely even describe. So many of my teachers have been more like friends to me. They've been mentors. They've sacrificed time to get to know me personally, to understand me and my situation, and to really teach me. And I'm so grateful for the wisdom they've shared with me.
I love the values that it teaches. I love the way that it helps our children to think about current affairs and the world that they're growing up in, to understand it, to understand sometimes the fallacies of the arguments in society that they're surrounded with. I love that. I love the basis of the Constitution and the founding of this country, and how that's an emphasis, and how the kids come away with an understanding and a real appreciation for that.
The teachers here are super incredible. One thing I know is that they care about me first, and they care about me learning.
American Heritage is this unique combination of wonderful academics with a soul that is deep and a character that is deep and profound.
Music. That's probably the biggest part of the school to me, and is the music and the being able to feel the Spirit and share the Spirit through music, knowing that God is really miraculous, and that through music is probably how I think I've best been able to communicate with our Father in heaven.
I smile when I think about student conversations where I am enlightened by them, and that happens all throughout the year, where I'm just so inspired by things that they share, personal experiences or stories that just impact me.
The biggest thing for us was that we were looking for a place where what we taught at home could be supported and amplified and reinforced by what the kids were learning at school. It's been a huge impact. I mean, our children are very different people now than they would have been otherwise.
I remember when James and John were in 3rd grade. It was Thanksgiving. I got up early in the morning and decided to go on a Thanksgiving Day run. I stopped by the school. While I caught my breath, I looked inside and I saw this wonderful piece of art depicting 3 of our founding fathers kneeling in prayer. I was caught all of a sudden with this wave of immense gratitude that I felt, that my children had the opportunity to attend this great school, a school that would teach them about the divine origins of our republic, about the fact that our Constitution was written by wise men raised up by Almighty God to that very purpose. I want to congratulate each of you for being a part of this miracle and congratulate the school on its recent expansion.
Come and feel this place. That's what does it. They'll learn reading, writing, and arithmetic, but to really appreciate what's going to happen to them, you have to come here and feel this place.
Being here allows me to be involved in the youth and athletics in an amazing facility, and be surrounded by, a group of students that are really special. And being able to not only share my love of athletics with them, but what's most important to me is my testimony.
There is nothing more precious than a soul, a son or daughter of God. And there's nothing more important. How can they know unless we teach them so? How can they know the path that leads to happiness unless we teach them so?
It is here that we get to not only teach the truth about history, but we're also able to include the gospel in our teaching. I found that that was a major draw for me to be able to do that.
That has been such a great, wonderful experience, because just the amazing gospel-centered curriculum and the environment that it allows me to learn truth and discern truth from error.
This school has allowed me to create a relationship with God and to figure out who I am. And has given me that confidence through the things I've learned and done here, to be able to make real change in myself, in my family, in my community, and hopefully someday in the world.